You are now tuned in to the Couples Lounge Show.
It's live, it's real, it's entertaining.
That morning show telling you what somebody should have told you about love, marriage, and relationships. Ain't nobody doing it like us.
Because they ain't us.
New episodes every Saturday, giving you something to talk about.
Messing with a man's wife is dangerous for your health.
I agree with that.
If you say or do something, especially in his presence, a man will respond and act before he even know it. I remember we was pledging some guys, and I think you came over to come give me a something, and one of the guys Larry told you to shut up. You remember that? And I choked it.
No.
I remember that. Well, I remember.
Larry told me to shut
like,
up.
Shut up, girl. Something like that.
I sure don't remember that.
I remember. I bet you Larry remember. And I choked him immediately. But, man, that's dangerous. You mess with another man's wife, you got to be careful what you say to her, too. Like that, it's that serious.
And I think it's one of those instinct type deals that somebody was just saying, like, it's an instinct.
Because that's not only disrespecting her, but since you disrespected her that way, that's so much, that's like spitting in my face, slapping me in my face in front of 1,000 people and everybody just, that's how I feel if a man did that and said something to you and I just stood there.
So can you help?
And let me take it to another route. That's the problem men has shown from the get-go by not saying nothing. What are you talking about, Ramon? Let me tell you what I'm talking about.
I'm glad we didn't pledge people.
Yeah, we was on the side like you came to pick me up.
Baby,
okay. Yeah, we didn't pledge people. I don't even know why I said that. Lord, cap outside is a non-hated term. Okay. But by being quiet, what I mean by that, in the Bible, when Eve ate of the forbidden fruit and the devil was talking, the serpent was talking to her, Adam was right beside her, but never said a word. So he was quiet in that instance, and look what happened. Okay, I'm sorry, I jumped out, but okay, that was okay.
Okay, all right. So I don't know why he was talking. It just popped in my head, and I don't want this to be something that we chase. But I want to say to the husbands whose wives are being attacked by the family, and it may not be justified. It's just they don't like her. Your mama feel like she taking you from her, or your sister, your family feel like your wife is taking you from her, and you are refusing to stand up and protect. You're not willing to sacrifice an uncomfortable feeling with your family to protect and care for your wife. Like that right there is not what's up. That is your wife. And regardless of what the women in your family feel like, you are to protect and care for your wife in that moment. And that if that means that right now I'm gonna have to sacrifice us getting along, or I got to sacrifice mama this, that, and the other, then I got to do that because this is my wife. And she plays a different role in my life. And a mama and a wife is two different roles.
Right.
And we posted that on the Couples Lounge page where Ace Hood or some, his mama was like, well, I just feel like basically you left me when you got your wife, and you stopped financially supporting me when you got your wife. His role has changed. He is still your son, but he has a wife, a queen who is now up under him and who is before everybody else.
That speaks to her though.
That speaks to who?
The mother. That tells you what type of woman she is. That tells you she's probably not married. She's single, never been married, never truly, and don't truly understand the concept of marriage. Because a mother who's married, who has a husband, who's been married, and knows the sanctity of a union, won't put her son in that situation.
Absolutely.
Ain't gonna even want her son to choose her like that. Son, take care of your wife. Right. I'll be back. I gotta go. I'll fall back. She'll fall back as a son, as a husband, and that's my daughter. I will fall back and let my daughter know, baby, that's your husband. Me and him might have got into it, but don't you ever speak to me like that, him like that on my behalf. Stay in your place. That's your husband. Be there for your husband, vice versa. So that's about his mother.
I felt the need to say that husbands, you supposed to take your wife and care for your wife against your family. When it comes to even your family,
and your family should understand, your cousins.
They may not understand for the reason that you just said.
But again, I said they should understand. Cousins, brothers, sisters. I didn't say they do. Understand. This his wife. Yeah. He will say F all his cousins, sisters, brothers, frat brothers for her. Yeah. And he would jump on everybody in, and I've said it before, I said it earlier, people, I wasn't joking. We would lose it over our wives. You hurt or disrespect our wives, and especially, Lord forbid, you did it in front of us. Before we know it, we'd have looked up. Oh, Lord. Baby keeps the money on my books.
And I'm going to say this, it's a reason why you don't feel the need to protect and care for your wife. And we're about to get to that now. So
there could be a couple reasons.
So if you have not shared the video, share the video. I am Candace, and this is my husband.
Kappa Alpha Psi.
Ramon. And this show is being brought to y'all by We Will Win Coaching. So for those couples that know it's time to invest in your marriage, to learn how to communicate with one another, to reconnect, to stop all the fighting and arguing so that y'all can be heard. We want y'all to take a time to set up your free discovery session so that we can start to heal and build and be the example as to what we should be for our community and for God's union. So we have pinned the link so you can click on it right after the show to set up your session. So getting back to should a husband be willing to sacrifice everything to care for his wife?
Okay.
Is there any reason why you would not sacrifice everything for your kids? Is there any reason on this earth that you would not?
Hell yeah.
Why? What could your kids do that you're not willing to sacrifice to protect and care for them?
They could do anything. I'm not going broke to take care of my grown ass kids. I'm not losing my wife to take care of my grown ass kids. I'm not. I Lord knows, anybody who knows me, if I don't brag about nothing, or I ain't never been good at nothing, I truly believe I'm a great father. Not perfect, but I am not going broke to take care of my grown kids. Me and your mama have to be here and live and make it and survive when you is out in the world. So if you out here frivolous with your money, being young and dumb, yes, Daddy is here to help at all costs. But again, I'm not sacrificing my marriage, and I'm not sacrificing our financial stability, security, future to take care of grown children.
Okay, let's not talk about grown kids. Let's talk about...
Or even kids, period.
What would you do to protect them? And that, I feel like that was the care part. Okay. Would you sacrifice everything... Be willing to sacrifice everything to protect your kids.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Lord forbid, please don't touch my kids or try to do harm to my kids. You think I'm gonna kill you over my wife? I'm gonna kill you over my kids too. A person is better off messing with that grown man. It's a safer bet. You're safer. You might get hurt messing with this dude, but it's safer to mess with him than to mess with his wife and his children. You mess with my wife and my children, I see black. There's no limits. I might black out and I look up and, oh my God, I'm in prison. But if you mess with me, I may have time to rationally think and get out the way or do whatever I need to do. But if you mess with my wife and kids, if I got to protect them, I feel they're threatened, they're in harm's way, there's no limit to what will happen.
Okay.
So yes, I will go all out to protect them. Please don't mess with my children. If you see me, y'all mess with me. Don't mess with this one chocolate, sexy, fine thing of my kids. Please don't.
Okay.
For both our sakes.
What I've seen and what I kind of felt is that people would tend to be willing to sacrifice for their kids.
Yeah, of course.
To protect them.
Yeah.
But they would not give that same thing, that same energy to their wives.
And that's
because
foolish.
They see their wives, their kids as, of course,
need.
Even you'll see some women say, "Oh no, my kids come first before my husband because these are my kids. I birthed them. I gave life. They coming before him any and all day."
Right.
And so, in that mindset, some people don't. Some men, let me say that, don't see their wives.
They don't understand what they're doing, and
they don't understand their role.
They don't understand their role. They don't understand her role and his role. Because her role is more important, and she's more important than your children. What we have set and how we respond sets the standards for our kids, so our kids can make the world a better place, a more loving place by loving and caring and providing and protecting their spouses the way we love, protect, honor each other. So when they see that, bam, they're going to do the same. Boom, we got a better place. We're image bearers, if you will. We, as a marriage, as your union should be an image of God, of what God, how it's supposed to be. You following God, y'all loving each other, she following him, and you following God and loving each other and kids. So you do all that impute that into your children, and that they will stay in order as well, and your grandchildren and then their great-grandchildren will be doing the same, and God will bless y'all. I do believe the sins of a father, I mean, God has blessed generations based off of blessing this man. This man was such a good dude, loving. God said, you know what, not only am I going to bless you, I'm going to bless generations to come because of you, boy. And that's how good you are.
And the flip side of that, generations are impacted by that of their
generations
other man.
Could be going through something because of what Papa or great grandfather did.
Absolutely.
So yeah, don't get me wrong. Again, grown kids, no. Yeah. And I've been broke, and I've sacrificed for my kids so they can go to this tournament. So
I think grown kids is another.
My teenage son, I'm broke. When I mean broke, I don't have no spending money to go kick and do what I want to do. Now I'm not gonna go broke and not pay the bills, but I'll be broke where I can't go buy no cigars. So yeah, my son can be in this tournament. He can play on this team. He can get the shoes or get the school books whatever he needs. I do that. But these grown children, I'm not. And there's a lot of parents still do. There's nothing wrong.
Just turned grown.
There's nothing wrong with helping your children. I'm going to forever help them. I don't care if they're 35, 40. You fall in a hard time, Dad, I need a little loan. Cool, I got you. But go broke or lose you or lose this crib and can't pay my... No, son, you going to have to figure it out.
And that's even... Our kids should not... When they're grown, we should not be putting our marriage in jeopardy for our kids. We should not. And definitely when the kids are not it's a blended family situation. For you to keep putting your children before your spouse, that is out of order, that is out of line.